Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk about the nerdy news that you need to know about. It's the only news that matters. It's good news. Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some liquor in it. No, wait, that's Bruno Mars. I did want to stop, though, to tell you about the channel sponsors, Into the AM, who have given me this very beautiful graphic t-shirt and a whole bunch of other ones as well. And all they ask in return is so precious little. All they're asking me to do is to ask you to check out their wonderful selection online by clicking the link in the description below. When you go there, I've got no doubt you're going to see a whole bunch of badass looking t-shirts. And if you want to buy them, then you can do. And if you go through that link, then you get 10% off. So that's a heck of a deal. Not only that, but they're doing bundle deals as well. So you can get 6 t-shirts. If you get 2 bundles, you will get 6 t-shirts. But the main offer is 3 t-shirts for $60, give or take a bit of numbers here and there, and then minus my 10%. Wow, I'm bad at this. But the message is, Into the AM are sponsoring Model Behaviour, and they seem like a stand-up company as well. So I thank them for that. And I thank you for buying t-shirts from them. Or if you don't, then that's okay too. You know? It's your life. Do what you want to do with it. Live your best life. In fact, just go out there and help people. Display model behavior. And play with action figures as well, because those things are awesome. Man, you know what? This is less of an advertisement and more of a PSA. So yeah, be good to yourselves and each other. A man in the 90s said that. Don't ever know what happened to him, but I bet he'd look good in some Into the AM t-shirts. Hasbro have shown a full gallery of their Morbius and Doctor Strange animated 2-pack figures, and I just wanted to show the pretty pictures, because that's what we like here. It's a visual medium, and I got to say, Doctor Strange, I really like the look of him. It's a shame, though. I gotta give a little compliment sandwich going on here. He does look good, but he comes with so much less than the single-release Doctor Strange came with, and he only came out like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. So when you're getting a 2-pack, you're kind of being forced to buy more than you might want to. So you might as well give us like all the value for our money. No, they're not. It's a much more basic, bare bones Doctor Strange than the really lovely one that came out a little while ago. But I do like the bright, popping colours on this Doctor Strange. He's cool, he's cute. And then of course we've got Morbius as well, with his weird hand sucky things to get the plasma, because you can't say blood in an animated kid show on Saturday mornings, and you certainly can't have vampires biting people, but you can have weird body horror leech hand things, which honestly, if a vampire came up to me and was like, I want to suck your blood, I'd be like, okay, I could be into that. But if some freak in a trench coat was like, I need to touch you with my hand sucky things, I'd be like, get away from me, you freak. So there you go. I guess different people get weirded out by different stuff. But all that being said, it's a nice looking action figure. McFarlane have revealed full images of their Superman Ghosts of Krypton Page Punchers line. I did a little preview of these on the previous episode, and now we get the full zhuzhed up images. And you want to talk about a mixed bag. The best, the worst, and the blurst of McFarlane in this. Warhammer Superman is what I'm calling him, because he looks like he's wearing Warhammer 40k battle armor. I really like. I actually think it's kind of cool, just the huge, bonkers, heavy metal looking armor. It's just kind of fun and wicked, and a lot of intricate detail going on with the sculpting. And the fact that it's fully removable as well, I dig that. I got a lot of love for that. Then on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, the Earth 2 Superman looks absolutely shocking. State of your Superman, mate. What's up with his pea head? Look at the body, and then look at this little pea head here. I don't know, guys. That's not a good look. That is not a good look at all. The body has the typical kind of like awkward, I feel janky kind of McFarlane proportions. And there's little pea head here. What's this? A pea on a fork. That's what it looks terrible. I'm sorry, that's the worst of McFarlane right there. Then we got zombie green luminescent monkey General Zod, which I actually kind of like the look of. I haven't read the comics, but I I like it. It looks weird. It looks a little bit cartoony, kind of animated. I just kind of dig it. I don't want it, but I appreciate that it's a fun-looking action figure. And then we've got Brainiac in this kind of Terminator robot-looking mode. And again, this is what McFarlane do well. Mechs, monsters, robots, all that kind of thing. This looks cool with different posing accessories as well. I'm looking at this and I'm just seeing Ultron drones. I'm seeing a Brainiac army that you can put around a regular looking standalone Brainiac. There's a lot of good stuff you can do with this if you have the money and the resources to army build it. But if you just buy one, it still looks pretty good. So yeah, a total mixed bag from McFarlane on this one. There's a new version of the Azrael Batman armor coming from McFarlane Toys in the blue deco. I don't know if this is a McFarlane store exclusive, a gold label. Maybe I'm just seeing a few pictures circulating the internet. I've seen enough to know it's legit, but I don't know that much more about it. You know, the minute this video goes live, just all the official listings and information are going to come out, and this is going to be instantly out of date. That's what's so frustrating about doing this show, and that's why I can't stop doing it every day, because I gotta be on the cusp of all the new news. And I just gotta remind myself that that's not always possible. But heck, I do like to look at this. Again, I rag on McFarlane, but when they do things that work for them, they work very well. This, I think it works very well. Hasbro Pulse have got a whole bunch of images of their, not new, but their current Kickstarter, their HasLab, that's what I was trying to say, Transformers figures. And this is the Optimus Prime Ultra Magnus Combiner. And look, this wasn't something that I was really excited for, because I remember when this Transformers series came out, I was desperate for more classic Transformers, and this was a very anime, Japanese kind of take, and I was like, this isn't what I was looking for. Hasbro have shown off more photos of their upcoming HasLab Robots in Disguise figure, which has been a very successful Kickstarter. The Optimus Prime Ultra Magnus Combiner. I didn't really like this version of the Transformers. This came out in the very early 2000s when I was desperate for more classic Transformers content. And when this hit, I wanted to love it, but it was too anime. It was too Japanese for me. I wanted more of the classic Western kind of Transformers. But nonetheless, though, it clearly had a big fan following because this has been a very successful HasLab for them. So if you wanted it, if you backed it, then dang it, I'm happy for you. And hey, look, the pictures do look cool. I appreciate that. So this one, it deserves a bit of hype for the Transformers Robots in Disguise fans out there, because clearly there's a whole bunch of you. Balin Skull and Shin Hati from Ahsoka, coming from Hot Toys. My brain was trying to process all the different names there. Yeah, it's exactly what you expect from Hot Toys. Super beautiful. I wasn't a big fan of Ahsoka, but I did actually like the characters, these two characters here. And I loved how kind of medieval they intentionally went with the armor and costume designs. Because Star Wars have always kind of harkened a little bit to that kind of medieval look with the robes and what have you, but they've gone for full-on Black Knight with this guy here, and his, what do you call a knight's person? Like, not a Padawan, but a squire. There you go. There you go. It's a couple of Hot Toys for you, squire. They look really, really pretty. So again, another win from Hot Toys. They're just making literally anything that's ever had any screen time on Star Wars whatsoever. And hey, folks have got to be eating them up like kibble, so more power to them. These look like a couple of, yeah, very worthy new additions. A little bit of two bits of news in one, little combo action here. Fallout. First of all episodes are going to be debuting on Amazon Prime on the 11th of April. Got a brand new trailer and it looks the business, actually. I'm really looking forward to this. And also, McFarlane are releasing 4 statue-type figures. A lot of listings have them as figures, but there ain't no articulation in these. This is McFarlane at his most McFarlane-y, eliminating all the joints. They're just boom, right there. But they look kind of pretty. We got the Ghoul, and we got Lucy, the main character. We're also getting, what's his name? I forget, but the titanium Brotherhood of Steel guy. That's it. And then also we're getting Vault Boy as well, just the Fallout mascot. He's kind of cute. I like that. So these are all going to come with nice kind of like wraparound sort of diorama type display stands as well. They're pretty packages, $25 each. And yeah, even though they're not action figures, they're still kind of cute and fun. I always think the Brotherhood of Steel design, it just looks wicked. Big badass mech metal armor. That's cool. So you can buy all 4 of these, then hunker down, binge all 10, I think it is, episodes. It's going to be a good day for a Fallout fan. Jazzwares have revealed their AEW Young Bucks Walmart exclusive figures. I really love these designs because they are the Young Bucks at their most ridiculous, heelish and douchey kind of looking way. And that's when the Young Bucks are at their best, which is what they currently are right now. AEW is cooking. The Young Bucks are in full heel mode. We've just brought in Okada in a complete swerve. He is a heel aligned with the Young Bucks as the new elite. This is so cool. They got to call their team the Mega Bucks. That would just work so well. And a little tip of the hat to the $1 Million Man and Virgil too. So these look super fun. Going to be available at Walmart. And also, if you've taken a little bit of a break from AEW, which I don't blame you for, they were trying to find their feet a little bit. Trust me, they found their feet. They're cooking now. So it's a good time to be a wrestling fan. This is super cool. LEGO are doing a Batman the Animated Series art skyline piece. This is gorgeous. I really like what they're doing. I've seen a couple of these different sort of art pieces they've produced, but this kind of sings to me. I mean, it's $300. So that's the thing with LEGO. Lego's so expensive. But someone who understands Lego explained to me the other day that I said, well, you can buy like cheaper versions, like knockoff Lego. And he told me, yeah, they don't stick together. Like that's the thing. Like you might build something and, you know, good luck having it hold in place. Whereas that's why Lego is more expensive, because there actually is a lot of work put in there. There you go. I learned something. And now you've learned something too, that they're making this Batman skyline and it looks pretty awesome. I don't know if I would want to get it though, because I like building like a more recognizable thing. This is literally, it's like almost like a magic eye picture. If you look too closely, you don't really know what it is, and you got to pull back and be like, oh, it's a skyline. But when it's all put together, you imagine that up on your wall. Yeah, my brain started playing the Batman animated theme tune, and now all of a sudden I'm feeling extremely hype. So yeah, maybe I could get this. No, I won't, but it does look good. Also coming to Walmart exclusively is the ultimate Sting figure. Again, I did a little preview, but I didn't know how much was coming with this. This is really impressive. What a great set. You've got the essential base Sting body, and then you've got all these different components, so you can make all these different looks and versions of the character from throughout his AEW run. So you got basic singlet, which I think he only wore once. I think he was feeling very, very good about himself then. But then you got the jumper he would wear, or the t-shirt. And again, the dude's like 60 years old. You know what? You're allowed to wear a t-shirt, okay? I did one episode of Good News without a t-shirt. No one asked me to do any more like that. So I think it's kind of cool that you can get these different versions. He's got the different heads with full makeup and you know, wiped away makeup. He's got a separate Sting mask, which is always fun when Sting in wrestling would disguise himself as Sting. That was always kind of fun. It's like putting a hat on a hat. So this full set, it looks really, really pretty. I've got a couple of AEW figures, and when I look at this, I kind of think, come on, man. The dude just retired. You get so few happy endings in pro wrestling, like real life pro wrestling happy endings, and Sting is one of them. So I'd kind of like to have this action figure to commemorate that. Okay, I gotta read this one off here, alright? Hasbro have revealed their Walmart exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Series Night Force Jason Shockwave Faria and Night Pursuit Cycle. There you go. I was never going to remember all those words together. It's more G.I. Joe Classified's goodness. Is this a repaint of the previous Spike that came out? I think it might be. But again, ain't my wheelhouse. I couldn't tell you for sure, but I can show you pretty pictures. Everything that G.I. Joe Classifieds do. I never see something that doesn't make me think like, okay, I see what you're doing. That does look great. This, if you're a G.I. Joe Classifieds completionist, your collection has got to be huge by now. But every single one they release looks like a banger, so I really can't fault it. Now this is a fun project doing the rounds. Mad Hatter, who's a fellow toy YouTuber, has got a full-on Kickstarter, kind of a parody Kickstarter for an official Flipper action figure, the bane of all action figure collectors, the greatest villain this community has ever known, the Flipper, the guy who buys up everything cheap and then flips it for a profit because he's only out for number one. And if you want to get one of these figures and kind of back this fun, ridiculous project that's kind of blown up, which is really fun. I mean, top of the old cap to you, my friend. This is wicked. Then you can go check it out on Kickstarter. The official Flipper action figure. Just when I think I've seen it all, Mad Hatter gives me something new. Well done, man. Double thumbs up for this. This is super fun. Neca have shown full reveal images of their 50th anniversary blister card Warduke figure. And this is just a re-release of the original Warduke, but now with a flat, matte kind of paint job, which might in a way feel like a step down. It's a step back as far as the paint job's concerned, but it's kind of fun as well because it's so toyish. It really does harken back to the nostalgic retro feel of this action figure. So rather than giving him the modern sort of paint job, which is very zhuzhed up and in line with what you would expect from modern action figures like the original one had, they've gone back. They're going to go way back into time. And with this bright popping kind of version, honestly, I can see the appeal. It's kind of cute. I kind of like what they've done here. Neca are also showing off their London After Midnight, is it Edward C. Burke? I think that's the name of the horror character. London After Midnight was like one of the OG old horror movies from long, long ago. So he'll kind of fit in nicely with your Universal Monsters type characters. Another creepy, ooky, spooky type of guy. Honestly, looks a little too unsettling, actually. Don't like this. Wouldn't want it on my shelf. Why? Because I'm a big baby. But you know what? If this is for you, then you're going to be able to pick him up pretty soon. But much more in my wheelhouse, Neca are giving us an ultimate Casey Jones figure from The Last Ronin. This is going to be another Walmart exclusive, I think, part of their Collecticon series. But essentially, the information that you need is the pictures I'm showing. I mean, really, I'm kind of irrelevant. You could just go online and just look at the pictures. Why am I talking you out of watching Model Behavior? Don't stop watching Model Behavior. If you stop watching this, I'm just speaking out into a void, and then what the hell am I even doing here? Well, convincing myself to buy action figures. That's literally what this is. And when I look at this Casey Jones figure, well, I could be convinced. Mattel Creations have shown their newest offering, Snout Spout. $33 going to be available for purchase from the 12th of this month, and honestly, I love this. I kind of get confused as to what version of the line this falls into. This obviously isn't the retro style. This is the more modern Masters of the Universe Revelations type 1/12 scale. You know what I'm talking about. That kind of scale. I mean, hey, look, if you're a Masters of the Universe collection, you know what this is. I just know this as cool-looking Elephant Man, but honestly, like, it actually is a really cool-looking figure. I always find it a little bit funny with the Mattel Masters of the Universe figures. I'm not always a fan of the paint jobs. They look a little plasticky, a little flat sometimes, but the sculpts and the designs and sometimes the mixed media and stuff as well, that looks really great. And just this big Roydy Magoo pro wrestler looking guy with a giant mechanical elephant head, I really love that. If I was still kind of going crazy with action figures like I used to, I would want to buy him just because I love the bonkers design. I think this is a win from Mattel. I dig it. Also part of Collecticon is Neca's Ghostface Inferno action figure. We've had a few Ghostfaces over the years, and this is another one. So I feel like if you just need one Ghostface in your collection and you got one already, this isn't really essential. However, if you're missing one or you're a super completionist, then this is a Ghostface from Neca. So you know the quality's there, the accessories, the look, the sculpt, the paint. It's all very, very pretty. And also I find Ghostface works great with Neca because I find that their faces look a little uncanny valley sometimes. But with just a plain, scary mask, well, that's perfect. It looks like they plucked it right out of the Scream franchise and boom, put it on your shelf. So I kind of dig this. Premium Collectible Studios are doing a 45-inch Devastator statue. Don't have a price for it, but I'm guessing it's like 4 figures. And that's without any decimal points. It's probably going to be a lot, but this is another one of those instances where I just want to show you pretty pictures because, oh my God, look at how pretty they are. They are stunning. It's Devastator, one of the coolest Transformers that was ever created. Oh my goodness, if MDLX 30 did a Devastator, I'd be in big trouble. In the meantime, though, we can just look at this stunning statue here. Oh my goodness, you could put this statue with the smaller 3DLX characters. And no, Dave, stop thinking dangerous thoughts. But you can imagine them, just hypothetically, that if you did have your smaller Transformers with this gigantic Devastator statue, scale-wise, that would actually work. And look, what else are you going to spend your money on? No, I'm not going to do that. But I could do. And that would look amazing. Chris Claremont will be returning to X-Men for Uncanny X-Men number 700. Huge big milestone issue, which kind of kicks off the new beginning for the X-Men, the post-Krakoa X-Men. And honestly, I'm here for that. Look, I'm not going to rag on the Krakoa saga because a lot of people did enjoy it. It wasn't for me. That doesn't mean it was bad. It just means I didn't like it. Not enough people kind of have that point of view where it's like, hey, just because I didn't like it, I'm not saying it sucked. I'm just saying it wasn't for me. Except for Zack Snyder DC movies, they objectively suck. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. Is that hypocritical of me? Yes. But this is my YouTube channel, so I get to do that. But this is actually something I'm genuinely excited about, to get a new, fresh kind of milestone start for the X-Men. I'm going to be on board for it. Fingers crossed, there's going to be some good things coming. A cool little bit of promo art has been released for the X-Men 97 show, which is only a few days away now. And it's just a cool little TV guide style mock-up with a rundown of the episode titles. I just wanted to show you this because it's cool, it's kitsch, and some people don't know what TV guide was now because time moves fast, and I'm older than I like to admit, but I remember TV guide, and having this little nostalgic piece of promo art, I really dig it. Speaking of random promo art, look at this. It's the Marvel Superheroes promo art from the mid-90s that I just saw recently doing the rounds on Instagram. I wanted to share it with you because it's some Joe Madureira artwork that I don't remember ever seeing before. And this, you know what? There must be a big poster version of this. And now I feel like I have a poster grail because I'd love to have this framed on a wall somewhere. This looks awesome, and now I want to go play some Marvel Superheroes. Good news for you Avatar fans, the Netflix show has been confirmed for 2 more seasons. They're going to be coming out on Netflix over the next few years. So I know that the first season had like mixed to positive results. It wasn't like a runaway success, but most people were like, yeah, it's a pretty good Avatar adaptation. Well, hopefully they can build on that and get better and better because they got the groundswell, and in a few more years, you're going to get a lot more Avatar on Netflix. Zack Snyder was on the Joe Rogan podcast the other day. That's a cursed phrase right there. And he came out with some doozies. First of all, he said that if Batman doesn't kill, then you're basically making him irrelevant. And look, the thing is, I don't mind sometimes different opinions and versions of characters. But the fact of the matter is, it's the way that people pitch their ideas that make them feel a little bit egregious sometimes. Because look, if you want to have Batman killing people, sometimes you can make it work, you can justify it, it can be okay if that's the version of the character you're telling. But saying that Batman is irrelevant if he doesn't kill, that's just saying that you're a bad storyteller who doesn't know how to tell a story that doesn't align with what you're able to tell. That's kind of funny. So he was like, yeah, if Batman doesn't kill, then he doesn't fit into today's society because we can't have heroes who are perfect because people aren't perfect. You've got to have people like, Watchmen and Frank Miller, and, heroes are going to sell out to governments and do bad things. And I'm like, no, dude, that's what you want them to do because it fits what you want your narrative to be. The whole point of superheroes is that they're fictional. In the words of the man who played Batman for you, they're fictional characters. Am I getting through to you at all here? I want my heroes to be heroes. They're like, oh no, we live in like the real world, and if they're not acting like that, then they're irrelevant. Get in the bin, mate. Again, I don't mind Batman killing, but it's the justifications for doing it. If you're saying he's irrelevant because he can't kill, that means that you can't write or understand a Batman that doesn't fit with inside your logic. So that's more fool you. And speaking of logic, there's another really funny one, was that he said, yeah, okay, Rebel Moon. was actually more successful than Barbie. Okay, go on. I'm listening. And he said that according to the Netflix calculations and the analytics, more people watched Rebel Moon than Barbie. What that means is that more people clicked on Rebel Moon than went out of their house and paid $10 or $15 or $20 for a ticket to go and sit down and watch all of Barbie. Like, that's amazing logic right there, especially because Netflix facts, like, they're not that specific. It's kind of assumed that every click equates to 2 views, and that's assuming that people sat there and actually watched the whole thing. I guarantee you they didn't. It's like me looking at my YouTube statistics and going, okay, the average WWE house show probably gets about 1,000 people. The average model behavior video gets about 4,000 views. So, congratulations, Dave. You're more popular than WWE. Yeah, I wish the money actually reflected that, except it doesn't, because that's bogus logic. But there you go. Sometimes it just goes to show, what's the phrase? Alternative facts. There you go. You gotta love those alternative facts. Hey, you can use statistics to prove anything. 83% of people know that. Some designs have been released, or at least revealed, or leaked, or whatever you want to call it. They're designs for the upcoming Batman the Caped Crusader animated show. Now, this is really fun because it's being made by the original creative team of the 90s Batman show. And it's kind of their original ideas and envisions for the character before, it was made by a committee, as things often are. And hey, look, we got the Batman animated show. No complaints with that. But this is more of the darker, noir, 1930s kind of vibe that they were really going for. And honestly, I can't wait to see this. You can see these different designs here. I think a lot of people might balk at them because they are very different to what you would expect. But I love it. Harley Quinn in this weird kind of redesign. This is actually a real kind of 1930s sad clown kind of look. It's very genuine to that style. Clayface as a full-on Phantom of the Opera looking dude. I'm here. I want it to be a little bit weird, a little bit subversive, a little bit creepy. And that's what I'm feeling with these pictures. Caped Crusader, I don't know when it's going to come out, but when it does, this could be a real highlight. I'm pretty hyped for this. Speaking of things that weren't for me, the recent Venom run, that hasn't been for me. It's all timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, multiversal type stuff. I ain't got no time for that. I like a more grounded version of Venom. And it looks like we might be coming to the end of this particular saga, because this summer brings us Venom War, which is going to be a huge, big, multiversal, timey-wimey thing with all different Venoms all coming together. But hopefully this is the culmination. This is the big blow-off to this saga. Maybe we can get back to some good old Venom action after that. One thing I have appreciated from the new Venom run is bringing back Flash Thompson as Anti-Venom, making him a bit more prevalent and prominent. I always dig that. But if we can move forward with some of my favorites, Venom, Flash, Sleeper, Dylan Brock, some of the good core cast on some more grounded adventures, that would be my peak Venom. In the meantime, though, I'm going to keep an eye on this Venom War. It might be fun. Mark your calendars, July 20th, Jake Paul is going to have a boxing match with Mike Tyson on Netflix. This is the kind of idiocracy dystopia that I think we were afraid the world was going to become, and here we are. Want to talk about a freak show fight? That's it. I don't see how Mike Tyson stands a chance, to be honest. This dude was the baddest man on the planet 30 years ago. I mean, he looks scary still, and don't get me wrong, he could absolutely batter me, but Jake Paul is a professional fighter, and you can say that he's had paint cans thrown his way, but nonetheless, he is still a very talented boxer, and he's 30 years younger, at least, than Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, you can have all the skills in the world, but I imagine he's probably got like arthritis, and I don't know how a governing body can sanction this, but here we are. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson on Netflix. This is a thing that's happening. I don't know if it's good news, but I am kind of intrigued. In Creator Corner, I want to shout out an artist called Grace Winstead. She does this really cool sort of pop, old, retro, what's the word? Not Looney Tunes, but Tex Avery, I think, style artwork, and she does these mini comics and stories. I just think it's really cute, and I kind of dig it. This was brought to my attention by a friend of the show, and I thought, you know what? This lady, she deserves a little bit of extra credit and recognition, because I do love a struggling artist. And you know what? That's not even fair to say. I don't think she's struggling. She's probably doing very well, but she is a talented artist, and she's got different, Patreon type things where you can help her out and get extra content. But just generally, the stuff on Instagram, it's really cute. It's a little cheesecakey but very kind of wholesome too. And they're little comic stories. I just kind of like it. And occasionally, when I see something that I just think this deserves more of a shout out, well, that's what good news is for. So yeah, go give her a follow on Instagram. She's doing really good stuff. Over in Cosplay Corner, Razor Candy. Oh my goodness. Some pretty tattooed goth lady. Yeah, that sort of... Over in Cosplay Corner, Razor Candy. What a great name. And this lady, she's got a lot of great talents as well. The tattoos, always going to make me a little bit weak at the knees, and she got curves in all the right places and some amazing cosplay skills. So while you're checking out her awesome work, let me tell you about Into the AM, the sponsors of Model Behaviour. Guys, if you want to support the channel, you can do by going over to Into the AM by clicking the link in the description below. You get 10% off your order. They do bundle deals. You can get 3 shirts for 60-ish bucks, and also an extra 10% off because you bought through the Model Behaviour link. And not only that, if you send me a little proof of purchase, I'll draw you a little Model Behaviour piece of art, post it off to you as a thank you for helping support the show. So there you go. Don't worry, you can chuck that straight in the bin, but then you got some nice t-shirts to wear. So hey, you're going to get something pretty darn good out of the deal. So gang, thank you for supporting the show. And thank you, Razor Candy, for giving us some badass cosplay. Because dang it, this lady, yeah, she's making some good stuff. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. So gang, thank you so much for watching. I said that already. I'll say it again, because I mean it. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more from Model Behaviour, well, there's a lot more to see. You can go over to the Facebook group, Displaying Model Behaviour. I've got an Instagram. There's a Patreon if you want to help support the channel. There's channel memberships. You can go over to Into the AM, buy the same t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. We can be t-shirt buddies. There's all sorts of stuff you can do. And also, if you want to have your opinions heard on Good News, then you can become a channel member, write a little comment underneath one of the videos, and boom, I'm going to talk about it on the show. So yeah, that's it. Okay, y'all go about your business. Go on. There's probably a Robo video or Unparalleled Universe is going to play after this. It should just all be model behavior, but yeah. Apparently, I gotta share YouTube with other people. I don't know. I wouldn't.